This must be where Masson was supposed to check in.
How is it even possible to tame a machine? How can your arm dangerous? Man.
Alexa, give me my flash briefing.
Here's Christopher's flash briefing. In BBC News 14.
BBC News, I'm John Shea. The British Minister in charge of leaving the European Union, David Davis, says the country is now on the threshold of its most important negotiation for a generation. The Parliament gave final approval for the Brexit process to begin. But this success for the government was overshadowed by the announcement that the Scottish government is planning a second referendum on independence from the United Kingdom.
Khedive told me about the cause.
Suspected Somali pirates are reported to have hijacked a Sri Lankan flagged ship off the coast of Somalia. Somali officials say at least 8 men boarded the vessel and diverted it towards the coast. If confirmed, the incident would be the first hijack of a commercial vessel by Somali pirates in 5 years. The northeastern American states of New York and New Jersey have declared states of emergency as a huge winter storm sweeps in, threatening blizzard conditions. The National Weather Service has also issued blizzard warnings for parts of Pennsylvania and Connecticut. Schools are closed and thousands of flights have been cancelled. The Japanese electronics conglomerate Toshiba has won regulatory approval to delay the announcement of its earnings for a second time. The troubled company says it needs more time to investigate fraud allegations at its US-based nuclear unit Westinghouse Electric. Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif has voiced his support for a crackdown on blasphemous content on social media. In a statement on Twitter, he described blasphemy as an unpardonable offence. Pakistan's tough anti-blasphemy laws include the death penalty. Critics say they're sometimes used to target religious minorities and to silence liberals. And Malaysia says it will soon deport 50 North Koreans for overstaying their visas, despite its ban on North Koreans leaving the country. The restriction was imposed last week after the assassination in Kuala Lumpur of Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of North Korea's leader. And that's the latest BBC News.
In NPR News 14. Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Lisa Johnson. A late-season winter storm is bringing freezing rain and snow to much of the East Coast. President Trump, during his first cabinet meeting yesterday, sought to reassure Americans that the government is prepared. NPR's Tamara Keith reports.
Trump started his cabinet meeting with a few words about the winter storm. He said his Homeland Security Secretary had been in touch with the acting director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA.
FEMA and the federal government are ready to assist. They are literally waiting by the phones and ready to go. Everyone should listen to their state or local officials. We will be providing regular storm updates take that advice very seriously.
Trump has not yet nominated a FEMA director, though according to tracking by the Partnership for Public Service, Presidents Obama and Clinton also hadn't by this point in their presidencies. Tamara Keith, NPR News, the White House.
The powerful nor'easter is impacting travel. Thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed. In New York City, subways are not traveling above ground. Public transit has also been limited in Philadelphia, Boston, and Washington, D.C. Amtrak has canceled or modified service along the Northeast Corridor, and drivers are being urged to stay off the roads until the storm passes. The National Weather Service has issued blizzard warnings from Philadelphia to Maine. Congressional scorekeepers say the Republican plan to overhaul the federal health care law will leave millions more Americans without health insurance next year. NPR's Scott Horsley reports that forecast has drawn a swift rebuke from the Trump administration.
The Congressional Budget Office says compared to Obamacare, the GOP plan would leave 14 million fewer Americans insured next year and 24 million fewer by 2026. That forecast is based on gradual cuts to Medicaid spending, reduced government subsidies in the individual insurance market, and an end to the tax penalty for people who don't buy insurance. Health Secretary Tom Price argues the CBO has it all wrong.
We disagree strenuously with the report that was put out. We believe that our plan will cover more individuals at a lower cost and give them the choices that they want.
The CBO forecast that after rising at first, premiums would come down, in part because insurers would have more latitude to offer stripped-down coverage. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
A crowd applauding as former U.S. Attorney Pre Ferrara walked out of the U.S. Attorney's office building in New York City yesterday. He was fired on Saturday after defying a request by the Trump administration to step down. It's asked for the resignation of 45 other U.S. attorneys appointed during the Obama administration. The White House says it's a standard request for new administrations. This is NPR News in Washington. Members of Congress are seeking answers about an explicit photo-sharing scandal that has embarrassed the military. NPR's Philip Ewan reports.
The acting Secretary of the Navy, Commandant of the Marine Corps, and a top enlisted leader are scheduled to appear today before the Senate Armed Services Committee for a website that involves active and former service members sharing explicit photos of their female colleagues is believed to involve more than just Marines. The Chief of Staff of the Air Force has issued a statement reminding troops about their obligations to support one another. The Defense Secretary Jim Mattis said the photo sharing link represents, quote, an egregious violation of the fundamental values of the military. Senators are expected to grill the Navy Department witnesses about what they knew and when. Meanwhile, the Naval Criminal Investigative Service also has launched an investigation. Philip Ewan, NPR News, Washington.
St. Louis County prosecutors are criticizing a documentary on Michael Brown's actions the day he was killed in a Ferguson, Missouri police shooting. State Chancellor, an attorney representing Ferguson Market and Liquor, says the film was heavily edited.
This whole ugly issue has been brought back into the forefront because of a documentary filmmaker who made an unfounded and baseless claim that the folks at Ferguson Market exchanged merchandise, cigarillos, and it turns out 2 sodas, and in exchange for a bag of marijuana. That is 100% false.
Brown, a black unarmed 18-year-old, was fatally shot by a white police officer in 2014. The incident sparked days of sometimes violent protests in Ferguson. This is NPR News.
In weather. Currently, in Colorado Springs, it's 32 degrees with cloudy skies. Today, you can expect partly sunny weather with a high of 70 degrees and a low of 38 degrees. That's all from your flash briefing.
blaze. Enough for quite a blast.
Seen better.
I've never seen a machine like that. Whoa! Nor a hunter so bold. Take this. It's from the quarry stores, but note may you walk in the light, friend. Especially when dealing with what comes up from the ground.
Let's go.
Oh, I only have 2 seals. I thought I got scooped.
You'll regret it one day,
Aaron said to meet him at the Sun Palace. That might be the time.
I'm keeping my eyes on. Move along. You have no need to loiter around here.
A man named Nassan came to see me, and we came to an arrangement. I think many in Sunfall will benefit from it. All this from a stolen sword. As they say, follow the shadow, and you'll find a flame.
You're an outlander. Nora from...
I've hunted my share.
Now, let me give you a word of advice. Don't bother with the Hunter's Lodge. If you're not card...
Are you saying that you have to be Karja to join the lodge?
No, they take other tribes. But they have rules that when Sun King Avad took over, he promised a new day. Sure, you can get a seat at the feast. But you just can't...
What's wrong with the hunting lodge exactly?
Nothing, if you like stuck-up bigots. I'm known as a skilled hunter back home in Banur. So I thought I'd try. I thought it'd be simple. Hunt machines, gain ranks, see who's best. But it's all rigged to keep the Karja at the head of the line. I don't need those snobs to tell me I can hunt.
Sounds like someone needs to shank things.
Maybe. But it isn't gonna be me. If you decide...
Banuk farewell.
Piss on the floor. Preferably someplace they won't find it until it gets nice.
Looking good.
It's fine that women are rising in the hunting.
Able-bodied adventurers. Hi there, Outland. Good.
Okay, stop there.
I only meant... I heard an interesting... So I hired men to invest. I paid up front. Well,
So now you're hiring someone.
they're a...
So is there any more to the...
The last bunch just wanted to know if this camp isn't even big enough for a name up where the snow won't. They say the Banuk there live alongside machines. Peaceful as you like, if it's true. If we learned how they do it.
When you say valuable,
Girl,
what can you tell me about the...
the Banuk women, snow witches all. They choose to live up there in Ban-Ur, in the ice. They prefer machines for company.
Then they might not want outsiders to know about this place.
Their mystic act. No care for possessions, for luxuries. Pile.
If I did look...
You won't need to climb up the shoulders of the world for it. And you look like you know your way around the savage. If it's true they walk among machines without payment on...
Ronora. I'm the more...
Like this.
In grief. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparation?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Karja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, these people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices. Not mouthing Karja rituals to Karja stone. But there are obstacles. While Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
What kind of
The
obstacle?
first pilgrim is an Oseram, who seeks to visit the shrine. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest. This Utaro lost her companion on the edge of the jewel. At a pool, the shrine was built there to ward off the machines. Its effectiveness. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb. Called the machine spirit, they need no beckoning. Flinthawks perched there.
So, clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move...
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories...
Manon, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who...
No. But it can help those who...
I didn't think your priesthood...
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, now our heads make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's
The killing.
Yes.
Why did the priests go up...
Sometimes we Karja are more concerned with...
Huh. I'll do what I can.
To honor their memory.
This must be the Shrine of Kings that Milan told me about.
It's a public monument, not his private.
You won't get in there.
I can be persuasive.
It reminds me of something. Gone 2 years.
Try me.
I had a lover. Worked on monuments to their back. Karja gave me back his broken bones, but...
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
I need to see his work again. But that shrimp...
I'll see what I can...
Turn away, child. The Abide...
If you want to be alone, go someplace else.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what our king is false, our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers...
So the Karja have become...
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great?
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages?
The sun is pure, child.
I thought of Avad taking...
The boy dishonored his father to kill the Sun King.
And how many more would the Mad Sun King have killed if Avad...
The sun called for blood.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves sun priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants, yet those who gave their whole life...
So that's what this is. A tantrum?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet...
Why do you think your army is weak?
A Carja throne relying on forged dirt mercenaries? Our most blessed warriors, chased out of the city, exiled. Our tribe is torn.
And yet everyone but you... I'm done arguing with you. Stay or go.
I am here by the...
If you won't accept change, you should try to make peace with it. Your bitterness has poisoned you.
I have no need of your pity.
I wasn't offering it. But if you step aside, you can keep your pride, since it's so important to you.
There'll be a reckoning.
You'll back away from it.
Kept the wheel turning all day. And by the forge, I believe I learned to drink or two.
Wasn't sure about this son. Yeah, it's growing.
He gave them the best work.
They defaced it because they hated what it's...
They defaced a thing slaves like him lived and died for. Slaves they've all... Short-sighted bat, I thank you.
I hope you can...
I wouldn't...
Arrested too for disorderly conduct last night. A sacred land.
Here's what I don't get about the Sunman. All these fancy decorations everywhere. It's downright embarrassing.
Rounders, bring in your metal.
Scroungers? What?
I brought you both the parts.
I don't suppose I could buy...
You'd buy the wrong one. So give the hunt...
Of course.
The price you have to pay. The Snapmaw lens might just cover the lot.
It won't sell for a loss, charcoal burner. You'd pay handsomely for a long leg lens.
I have an imagination. When you wrap...
This wouldn't be a scrap-dealing operation. That we would have class.
And I told you, a true metal seller.
I'm gonna meet you. This must be the sun's fall. Heard of them reported to me. Back to your business. fascinating, if they weren't looking for me.
Good to be free of the city. You were a better hunter than I. I'll paint the mark I was...
There'll be more where they came from.
Yes, there will always be more machines. That's why I must leave the story. A monument to our vanished shamans. To the wisdom, the machine oil in the paint will preserve it. Preserve their memory against all that was covered. My thanks, Hunter.
That's very pretty.
This is where the Utaru wanted to say her goodbyes.
When we fled from our cages during the liberation, I tore through this clearing, thinking I kept running. But here, she remained.
I don't want to rush you, but it won't stay.
I understand. I've done this before in waking dreams. In the pool, I'll find the bracelet. The seeds will be split, escaped, grown wild. I'll tell her it was I who died here and became a stranger in our own land, and she who still lives, in every time of planting,
What is it?
There. Her bracelet.
Do you need to be alone?
For the first time.
I'll tuck that away. Just stay out of the way for now.
Only the finest goods here. See for yourself.
These aren't good.
I had to take over my brother's shift today. Sure, the sun's rising. Really let it over.
Alan's waiting at the Sun Palace. Maybe I should check on him.
Don't forget to stock up before you're on the road. His father robbed. Only the finest goods here. See for...
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosy.
So you've come back to the temple.
I was invited back. The priests wanted to hear what I had to say about reconciliation with the other tribes. They're listening. At least they've begun to listen. There's a distance between ears and ears.
Because of what we did?
What you did.
It was for the mourners. I think it helped them.
You set them on the path. You can't know what their journeys hold. Such is the priest's lot. Perhaps a red robe would suit you.
Not me. Besides, your temple doesn't even take women.
We would be richer if you did. Go in light, my friend, and let the sun cast your way.
Thank you, Iman. Where I'm going, I could probably use all the light I can get. Snow chill, bitches. over with.
You're Aloy, aren't you? Everyone's talking about your victory at Devil's Grief. I feel blessed to stand in your presence.
There's no need to fuss over me. Who are you praying for?
My sister, Nakoa. She went north to find a Carja officer called Zaid, one of the captains of the Red Raids. I'm worried about her.
Did the matriarchs really give Nakoa permission to leave?
No, they refused her. But nothing could stop her from going after Zaid. He murdered our father during the Red Raids. Nakoa saw it. Hid in the cellar and forced herself to watch.
I lived in the Embrace during the Red Raids.
For 10 years, the Carja attacked without warning. Devils like Zaid butchered braves and kidnapped civilians for blood sacrifice. It all ended when the Mad Sun King died. The matriarchs...
You could have gone with me.
Leave the sacred land and be purged from All Mother's eternal memory? No. She said she didn't care.
I'll keep it.
Oh, Mother bless you. She must have... All Mother.
That brave.
Yes. I've seen people die before. Nothing I do comforts him. I don't even... There should be some in stashes along Brave. I don't suppose you could check the stashes?
You said that you, wanted to be strong.
I do. I know a lot of people didn't want you in the Proving. Shows how much we know. I wish I could borrow some of your courage.
You don't need to borrow what you already...
I hope you're right.
How did the man you're caring for...
He was one of the war party. Wounded in battle down the ridge there. So they brought him here. I'm supposed to comfort him.
Tell me what you need again.
Dream Willow. My supplies. There should be some left.
You're young?
Yes. I'm still learning the basics. Besides, this brave is beyond healing.
I'll check this.
You will?
I wonder what's down here. Seems so empty now. Everyone who can has gone to the mountain. Get out of this. I thought I'd go on forever. The Brave Trail. Should be a cache of Dreamwheel up there. They know where I am. More of a hunting me. This isn't a cave. It's a room. I haven't seen one of these since I was a little. These devices are missing power cells. I'll have to find power cells to get these to work. There. Fits. I just need to slot in one more. I think the old ones use numbers like this to indicate time. Red light. I'm not getting in. From the age of the old ones. But how do I get to it?